Okay, so good morning. This is a quick recap of the presentation that we had last night for the NCS Parents Evening. My name is Christian Wormsley. I'm the NCS coordinator at Harmers College. I'm going to be the wave leader for the NCS programme Wave 2 this summer, the August programme. So NCS and Harmers College. So Harmers College have been delivering the NCS programme for the last 5 years. It's seen over 1,000 young people complete the NCS programme with them. Last year we was voted the best local provider in our area and one of the best providers within the country by participant feedback and parent and guardian feedback. So what is NCS? So NCS originally was brought around 7 years ago to be a government initiative where young people would have the opportunity to come together, work as a team, do some challenging activities, residential included, and at the end of it to come and do a local community action project in and around their local areas. So I've got a quick video.
It's not an easy road, but no, I'm not alone. So I won't be so hard on myself
Okay, so a nice video there just to show an insight to what an NCS journey is all about. So what is in it for my team this summer? So top left, looks great on UCAS and statement, CVs, apprenticeships, applications, etc. So for all participants who are thinking of going to university in the next couple of years, NCS is absolutely fantastic for their personal statement. As a young person, you've got to write a personal statement, 500-600 words long. And NCS has got all the little tick boxes that universities are looking out for, that sort of stands them out of the crowd, away from everybody else, what they've done something off their own back. So it could be team building activities, worked in the local area, worked within the community, being independent, all of these things. Teamwork, so teaming up with young people from all walks of life. So on this programme this summer we've got people coming from all different backgrounds and schools in Hull and East Riding. Making a difference in the local community, so during week 3 the participants will get to plan and deliver a project that benefits their local area, which is fantastic. Increased responsibility and independence, so during week 2 the participants are going to get the chance to cook, prepare and plan and deliver their own food. They'll get a budget, what they can and can't spend, and they've got to sort of put everything together and compete against different teams. So it's a great way of independent living and taking responsibility, gaining confidence and challenging themselves. So on activities in all weeks, for some challenges it could be participants maybe just being away from home, being away from the family, leaving Hull. Other participants it might be doing the rafting, doing the outward bounds activities, doing the fire training. It could be different sort of targets and challenges within themselves. Learning skills for work and life. So on this programme as well, especially during week 2, we're going to be having local organisations come in where the participants can get involved, such as Humberside Fire and Rescue, Humberside Police, they're doing a first aid certificate. Obviously I've mentioned cooking as well. There's a chance to do a politics workshop, which are all sort of great skills for life. And also we have great rewards after exams. So the participants, obviously for all 16, 17-year-olds, it's the most stressful time in their lives at the moment. Once they've finished their exams, it's a nice way to sort of blow off steam, enjoy NCS, meet new people who potentially might be on their college courses or go into sixth form or on apprenticeships with them. So it's a great way to meet new people and blow off some steam, really. So NCS is a 3-week experience. So it's broken into different phases and weeks. So week 1 is adventure, week 2 is discovery, week 3 is the social action, and week 4, or phase 4 should we say, is the celebration event at Harmis College, which is in September. So phase 1, adventure. Okay, so NCS this week is the 5th to the 9th of August. So this is obviously cohort 2 for our NCS programme this summer, and this is going to Norfolk Lakes, the Manor Adventure site at Norfolk Lakes, and the drop-off point will be at Harmis College on that Monday at 11 o'clock, and pick-up point on the Friday will be at Harmis College for 12:30. The type of activities we're doing this week are rock climbing, abseiling, caving, scrambling, kayaking, archery, paddleboarding, high ropes and lake challenges.
Make it a personal journey. If you decide that it's right for you, whatever you put into it is what you're going to get out of it. So make sure that you know what you want from it. And even if you don't, just go and try all these things. If you don't feel comfortable doing one thing, you might love the next thing. So don't say no to everything.
So phase 2, discovery. So this week is based at the brand new university accommodation in Hull, so down Inglemire Lane. So it's the first time we've used this accommodation before. We're the first NCS provider to come and use this accommodation as well. This week is all about public speaking, budgeting and standing out from the crowd. So the type of activities we're doing this week, we've got fire training, cooking challenge, visits from Humberside Police, first aid certificate, community challenges, and we have a disco on the Thursday night as well. So this way is a great opportunity for the guys to sort of blow off some steam on the final night of week 2 and celebrate 2 weeks of residential work. So also this week is a fantastic insight to what university life is like. If those who are thinking of going to university in a couple of years' time, we're going to have to plan and defend for themselves whilst cooking, etc. This is a great insight to what it is all about. This week, 12th to the 16th of August, drop off and pick up Inglemire Lane, so not at Harmis College, drop off at 10 o'clock, pick up for 12:30 PM in the afternoon on the Friday.
I liked phase 2 because I think it gave people a really good opportunity to be independent because you're living in like university dorms, so it gives you an experience of that. There was also like some really good activities and talks and stuff, and like were really like involving of like your group and stuff. It was also the time when I think a lot of the groups really bonded because they already knew each other, but they like got to know each other a lot more.
Okay, so phase 3, social action. But this week the participants will be coming together and they will be doing something back in their local community. So it could be delivering a project within their local community. So that the type of charities that we had in last year to come and work on the NCS programme, we had Castle Hill Hospital, Cancer Research, Oakwood Dogs Home, the RSPCA, Hayman Charity and Hull Homeless Community. So this week, at some point during week 2, we're going to have these local charities come in. They're going to have a 10-15 minute pitch to try and sell their projects to the participants, and hopefully the participants will buy into what's on offer. If not, they'll have the autonomy to decide what they want to do in week 3. They could put as much or as little effort in as possible. Literally what they'll put in this week is what they'll end up getting out of it. So it could be anything at all. They might be interested, or they might already have a family interest in some local charities who they want to work with as well. So this week will be the 19th to the 23rd of August. Obviously the locations and dates and times will be later confirmed during week 2. Hopefully by that Friday in week 2 each participant will have a good understanding of where they need to be on week 3, and we're looking at supplying some information for them to bring home on the Friday as well, so you as parents know where they need to be on week 3.
I think it's important for people who are doing NCS to know that the best parts of NCS are not the bits you expect it to be. So I expected the best parts to be, going raft building or climbing some trees or, doing stuff like that, which is the action phase. But I think the best parts are actually the social action and seeing the actual impact you can make upon a community.
So phase 4, celebration. So in September, a couple of weeks after the NCS programme is finished, 4 weeks after the guys have all finished their week 3, we're going to be having a graduation event at Harmers College. It's a great way for the participants to come back and see all the friends again who they met on the NCS programme. They'll come collect all the certificates, what they've earned during their NCS experience. This date is on Friday the 27th of September, location Harmers College. So drop off will be from 6:45 PM and pick up will be 9:30 PM. There'll also be a disco for the participants as well once the awards have finished. So who's looking after your team this summer? So on this NCS programme, on Wave 2, we have 105 young people coming from all different schools and areas in Hull and East Riding. They're broken up into teams of 15. Within those teams of 15, they have 2 team leaders, which we hire from Harmers College, who'll be looking after those teams. And looking after the full cohort itself, we have a cohort lead who'll be me, looking after the full Wave 2. And we have a home-based contact as well if you're struggling to get in touch with any of our guys whilst on the programme, or if you've got any concerns regarding safeguarding, health and safety and operational support, those will be on hand 24/7 for you guys to ring up as well. Or if you've got a family emergency and you can't contact us, that's absolutely fine, you can contact the home-based contact. So some of our staff we've got currently working for us. We've got Sonia, who runs her own coaching company, George, who works at the Hub School, the referral unit in Hull, Liam, who's a teacher at the Boulevard Academy, and Emma, who's a social care worker. So all of our staff are fully qualified, have all gone through our staff DBS checked, safeguarding trained, first aid trained, the NCS trained as well. Every one of our team leaders who was working this summer have worked the NCS programme before, and our assistant team leaders as well. They have all gone through all the correct training that's needed. So is there a code of conduct? So yeah, there's a code of conduct. On the Monday when the participants arrive at Harmers College to go away on week 1, they're all going to get a code of conduct within their teams, and the team leader's going to give and read the participants their code of conduct, and the participants will sign it, and the team leaders will look after it for the week. So it's just basic code of conduct really. It's respecting each other, don't go in each other's rooms or touch other people's property, no bullying, with a very strict no tolerance bullying policy, no sex, drugs or alcohol, include everybody at all times, obviously adhere to the site rules depending on where we are on week 1 and week 2. They'll have their own site rules and boundaries as well. No weapons, consideration for everybody else on the programme, be positive, give it a go and just have a great time. So what happens next? So please make sure that you complete all med forms. You should know if you have or haven't. It's about a 10-page document. It's quite lengthy. If you don't complete these medical forms by the time we go away, obviously your son and daughter won't be able to go. We won't be able to process them in time. So please get in touch if you're unaware or unsure if you've done them. Encourage your team to join our Facebook page, or you can join it yourself as well. It's a great way for the participants and yourself to see what's going on this summer. We're posting lots of videos and photographs on there whilst we're on the programme. Bag drop information. So Friday the 2nd of August, 9 till 6 PM. It's a great way for us to sort of indicate if people are or aren't going to turn up. The idea of the bag drop isn't for us to be nosy and try and snoop through people's luggage. We can't do that anyway. It's basically, it gives us the weekend to try and get somebody off our reserve list to replace your son and daughter who hasn't turned up to the bag drop. So it's sort of like a check-in list for us really, which works out really well. So that's on the Friday before, 9 AM to 6 PM. And then on the Monday, drop off at Harmers College, participants here for 11 o'clock and pick up will be 12:30 on the Friday. Kit list, you should all have one now with the latest kit list and information. We're going to attach one to this email that we send out to you guys as well. Top things we got asked around NCS last summer. So okay, so special dietary requirements can be catered for. Yep, Everybody who's handed in their medical forms so far, we've made sure that everything is right and ready on week 1 and week 2 regarding all food requirements, no problem at all. So please, if your son or daughter does have or is a picky eater, so to speak, please make sure you fill out your medical forms and get them in as soon as possible to make sure we've got the right food for them on week 1 and week 2. Can I contact my team whilst they're away? Yep, the phone signal's quite good in the Norfolk Lakes, so you should be able to contact them if they're not doing activities at all times, or alternatively just use the welcome pack and you can use our coordinators' contact details as well. That's absolutely fine. Will they ever be forced into doing an activity? No, so no participant can be forced into doing any activities at all. All we'd recommend is that they give them a go, but alternatively the final decision is down to them if they want to do it or not. Extra money, how much do they need? So we wouldn't recommend no more than £10 for either week really, so it might be some money to stop off at the services if they want some food at McDonald's, at KFC, etc. Or in week 2 at the university accommodation, there's lots of cafes and Costa machines. The participants they like to go and get a hot chocolate, so that's sort of in the norm from last year, so I'd bear that in mind. So I wouldn't recommend no more than £10 on each trip. Can they bring their own phone? Yeah, absolutely, but obviously it's at their discretion, so if it was lost, damaged or stolen, it's sort of on their own back, so please bear that in mind. Where do they keep the belongings? So all belongings will be kept sort of in their room, locked away, unless they're doing activities and they're taking the phone with them, etc. Obviously certain activities they can't take the phone with them, such as water sports. If they've got any sensitive information or medication, obviously we'll look after that in our staff room, so that's no problem at all. Can they change the dates? The only way they can change the dates now is if we have a straight switch from somebody from wave 1 who wants to come on wave 2, because every position now is literally full, so that's the only way we could do that. What if my team wants to come home? So at some point maybe your team might be a little bit anxious or nervous. They may not have been away from home before, they're in new settings with new people. We expect them to sort of have these feelings at this time. All we'd ask for you guys, if they ring you and they're worried and they want to come home, etc., just try and show our staff some sort of support, and if we can try and push them into the activities, and try and keep them and just be really positive. Obviously it's only for a couple of days that we're away for at a time. If we can keep them on the programme and not take staff away to bring them home, that's fantastic. Or alternatively, if they was having a terrible time and they really didn't like it, we do have the staff to bring them home. That's no problem. Can my team take a day off if needed? Yep. So if they've got prom, if they've got an interview for a job, if they've got a shift that they can't get covered at work, etc. Obviously during week 2 and week 3 this can happen, not week 1 whilst we're in Norfolk Lakes, but if you was just to give us enough time and information, we can make sure that we can sign them off for the afternoon or for the day. That's no problem whatsoever. Okay, so at this point we had Jazz, who's an ex-participant, come and tell us a couple of her stories regarding her still being involved with the NCS program.